Hello and welcome everybody to another video of electrostatics. So today in this video we are going to discuss a very important numerical on electric field. So as you can see in the question, we are given that we are having two charges 16 microcoulomb and 4 microcoulomb. They are separated by a distance of 40 meter. You are asked to find a point in the line joining the two charges where the net electric field is zero. Okay, so there are two parts to the question. In the next part you are again given about the same set of charges but one being a negative charge. So there comes a difference. So let us first discuss about the first part of the question. Okay, so as you can see in the solution here, we have both the charges 16 microcoulomb and 4 microcoulomb separated by a distance of 40 meter. So this is the distance mentioned here. Now it is very important to understand where will the point lie. The point at which the net electric field will be zero. It's very important to understand where will the point lie, because if there are two charges, the point might either lie in between the two charges or it might either lie on either of the sides. So you need to first understand where would the point lie. So there comes a concept of vector. So you can just understand it by applying the arrow marks and it would make it whole lot easier. So in order to understand that, first you need to understand what kind of a charge they are. Both of them are like charges. Both of them are positive charges. The case would have been same if both of them would be negative charges as well. So since both of them are like charges, so first of all you try to assume, let us consider the point somewhere in between the line, in between the two charges, and first try to check it out whether in that point the net electric field can be zero or not. So if I take any point here, now for a positive charge, we know the electric field is radially outward, right? So this being a positive charge, so at this particular point, the electric field will be in this direction, as you can see here, that is E1. Similarly, this being another positive charge, for him as well, the direction of the electric field would be radially outward. So this particular charge, for this particular charge, the direction of the electric field will be in this direction. Okay, so as you can see, it is mentioned as E2. So since both of the fields are in opposite direction, and if we have two vectors separated by 180 degree, the resultant vector is always given by subtracting one from the other, and that is a possible case where we can get a zero answer, because if we subtract one from the other we can get a zero answer. Had it been a situation where both the fields would have been in the same direction in this way or in this particular way, then there is no possible scenario where the net electric field will be zero. So it is very much important to understand whether that point is correct to be assumed or not. Okay, so since this point is according to the correct assumption, so we'll write the expression for electric field. So I have written those here. As you can see, E1 is k q1 by r1 square, which is k into 16 microcoulomb by x square. E2 is similarly k into 4 microcoulomb by 40 minus x whole square. I have considered that point P to be lying at a distance x from Q1 charge, hence it would lie at a distance of 40 minus x from Q2. So as it is written here, electric field at P is given by E1 minus E2 or E2 minus E1. It depends which field is greater. Based on that concept, we can either take it either E1 minus E2 or E2 minus E1. So here, since the net electric field has to be zero, I can equate it by taking any one of the part, either E1 minus E2 or E2 minus E1. So I have taken E1 minus E2 as a consideration. So for the net field to be zero at this point, E1 minus E2 should be zero. Why did I use a minus sign? Because both of the fields are in opposite direction. They are 180 degrees apart. Okay. So by solving it further, you will get it as 4 by x. I've solved it further. You can check it out here. So it will turn out to be 4 by x equals to 2 by 40 minus x by taking over the squares and considering the positive part of it. So it would end up getting as x equals to almost 26.6 meter. So the point lies at a distance of 26.6 meter. Matlab the point would lie at a greater distance. Why is it so? Why does the point lie nearer to this charge and farther away from this charge? That is another point to be understood a bit clearly. The point lie at a distance of 26.6. At a distance 40 meter, the neutral point, we can call that point as a neutral point because the net electric field would turn out to be zero at that point. So the point would lie somewhere here, that is nearer to this charge. Why is it so? This is because he is a bigger charge. So his electric field dimension will be of a bigger zone, right? He is a smaller charge. So for him, the electric field dimension would be of a smaller zone. So suppose his field is this big and his field is this big. So this line a point where the net field can be 0. That's the whole concept of the sum. Now we'll be talking about the next part of the sum. So as you can see in the next part of the question, we are given the same set of charges, that is 16 microcoulomb and 4 microcoulomb, but in this case the 4 microcoulomb is a negative charge. So here in this scenario we need to understand that the point where the net electric field would be 0 wouldn't lie anywhere in between the two charges. Why is it so? You can check it out here. Let me show it to you. So if we have both the charges, suppose these are the two charges, Q1 and Q2, considering 16 microcoulomb and minus 4 microcoulomb, we need to understand where would the point lie. So if you can see, if I consider the point anywhere in between the two charges, let me consider it somewhere to be here. Okay. Now if I want to assign the direction of the electric field for both the charges, this being a positive charge, Q1 being a positive charge, the electric field for this direction will be in this way, that is in the right hand direction. Similarly, Q2 being a negative charge, the electric field for this particular charge would be towards him, because for a negative charge, electric field directions are radially inward, right? So for this charge, the electric field would be radially inward, hence the field would be towards him. So the direction of E2 would be in the same direction as that of E1. Hence the net electric field at this particular point would be given by E1 plus E2. How can we say that? Why is it so? Because if two vectors are in the same direction, then the net resultant is given by adding both the vectors. Hence the net electric field at this point will be given by adding both the fields. So if we add two vectors, positive vectors, because we have already assigned the direction, hence there is no other work of the minus sign. So the two vectors would add up to give a non-zero result. So electric field cannot be zero anywhere in between the charges. So where would the point lie? Hence we at least come to know that the point would lie somewhere here or either here. Now again, it is important to understand where exactly. Will it be in the right hand direction or will it be in the left hand side? So let me make it clear. Since we come to know out of the two charges Q1 and Q2, you need to understand which charge is bigger magnitudinally. Okay, since Q1 is of 16 microcoulomb and Q2 is of 4 microcoulomb, we don't need to consider the minus sign. If I take the modulus of the two one, so we understand that Q1 is bigger than Q2. Hence the resultant field would be stronger in this particular direction, because he being a positive charge, his field would be in this direction, right? So the resultant field is bigger in this particular direction. So that gives us the assumption that the point of neutrality will lie somewhere in this part. Okay, had this been a bigger charge, that would create a different scenario. Okay, so that is how you need to understand. Out of both the charges, you need to understand which one is a bigger charge, and accordingly, if he is a positive charge, his field direction will be in this way. So the point of neutrality would lie on the right hand side. So accordingly, I have considered a point P to be here, which is at a distance x from the smaller charge or from Q2. Okay, once I have considered that distance, I'll just write down the expression for E1 and E2. As you can see here, E1 is k into 16 microcoulomb by 40 plus x. The distance will be 40 plus x whole square. Just like that, E2 would be k into 4 microcoulomb by x square. So if the net field has to be 0 at that point, E1 minus E2, because at this particular point you can check the direction. This being a positive charge, at this point, since I have considered a point, suppose this is Q2, this is Q1, this being a positive charge, so for him the field would be outward, so E1 would be in this direction. This being a negative charge, the field direction would be radially inward, so E2 would be in this particular direction. Okay, so since E1 would be a bigger field, so I have considered E1 minus E2 as 0. Okay, since they are in opposite direction, the net field would be given by E1 minus E2, and I have considered it to be 0 for the net field to be 0 at EP. To bring that forward, I can get an expression like 4 by 40 plus x equals to 2 by x. So that would give me a result of x equals to 20 meters. So the point lies at a distance of 20 meters from the charge 4 microcoulomb, or you can also take it as minus 4 microcoulomb. Remember, once we solve the numerical, we don't need to use the minus sign here. Why don't you need to use it? Because the minus sign only plays a role in direction. It does not play a role in solving a sum magnitudinally. So it's very important to understand when you are dealing with a vector sum or a numerical considering vector assumptions, directions are to be given in the figure According to the directions, we'll take out the resultant and we'll proceed the sum magnitudinally. That is the best way to do a sum based on vector assumptions. Okay, so this is how you need to tackle this kind of sum.